Hey REWA students, Miss Rachel here. For this week's project, we are making bedroom planetariums. But what is a planetarium? Well, a planetarium is a place where you can go to learn about the night sky and see what it looks like. Planetariums have a large room with a dome ceiling and a lot of seats. So you sit down, lean back, and look up at the ceiling, and you watch an educational show put on above you on the ceiling, hosted by scientists called astronomers who study space and the stars. Unfortunately, we can't all take a field trip to a planetarium right now, so we're going to make a planetarium in our bedrooms. Our planetarium is going to teach us about constellations. But what is a constellation? A constellation is a group of visible stars that form a pattern when you look up at the night sky. The pattern they form may take the shape of an animal or a creature or a person or an object like a microscope or a compass or a crown. And not all constellations are visible from all over the Earth. The Earth is divided into a northern and a southern hemisphere. So where you are on Earth and what time of year it is determine which constellations you can see in the night sky. And throughout history, people have used constellations to tell stories, keep track of time throughout the year, and find specific stars in the sky. So, now that you know a little bit about planetariums and constellations, let's start our project. Alright, for this project you need your 9 little cups from that materials bag I gave you, okay? You should have 9 of these little cups. You also need this worksheet, okay? This is in the back of your workbook, okay? You can rip this piece of paper out and we will use it to make your bedroom planetarium. So, you also need a couple things from around your house. You need a pair of scissors, some duct tape. If you don't have duct tape, that's okay. Duct tape works the best, but you can use any kind of tape you have. You also need a toothpick. If you don't have a toothpick, you can use a safety pin or a paper clip or something like that. You just need something that you can poke little holes with, okay? So pause this video, go get those materials. Once again, you need your 9 small cups, that constellation cutout worksheet from your workbook, a pair of scissors, a toothpick, and some duct tape. So pause this video and get those materials. Alright, I've got all my materials. The first thing that we are going to do is start cutting out our constellations. So I'm going to choose Orion here, okay? See Orion the Hunter. Okay, I'm going to cut out Orion the constellation and that little description underneath it, okay? So, put this aside, and I'm going to cut out the little box, okay, and the circle. There you have it. I have my constellation and my description. Now I'm going to take my first cup and my scissors, and I need to get rid of this bottom part of the cup, okay? I need to cut it out of there. So I'm going to poke it with my scissors. You might need some help from a parent on this one, okay? And I'm cutting out the bottom of my cup, okay? There we are. Now, I'm going to take my duct tape and find the end here. I need a piece about that long, okay? And I'm going to cut that duct tape just like that, okay? And I'm gonna put it on the table, sticky side up. Okay, oh, it's hard to let go. Okay, now take your constellation, here's Orion here, okay? And put Orion face up in the middle of your piece of duct tape so he'll stick right on there, okay? Should look like that, okay? Now we want this toothpick, okay? Or whatever you are going to use to poke your holes, okay? Each of these dots represents one of Orion's stars. We need to poke holes through all of Orion's little dots. So, I'm gonna take my toothpick. I'm gonna poke right through the tape, okay, for each of Orion's stars. There you have it, okay? So you can see all the little holes on the back of the piece of duct tape here, okay? All right, there's Orion. Now we get that cup that we poked the bottom out of, and we are going to put Orion right like that in the center of that cup so that we can see it through the cup like that, okay? Now I'm going to tape it down on either side, just like that. Press that tape down. Now let's see. Perfect, okay? So from the outside it should look like this, a bunch of poked holes in my duct tape. And from the inside, it should be able to read Orion. Remember me? This little piece of paper that we cut out? Let's tape that right on the outside so that we can remember that this one is Orion the Hunter. Ta-da! I have my first finished constellation ready to try out. We have Orion the Hunter. So Orion, you can kind of see it looks like he's pointing a bow and arrow. Okay, so if this is Orion's body, then he's pointing a bow and arrow because he's Orion the Hunter. And it's visible in the northern and southern hemisphere from November to February. So that's when and where you can look up in the night sky and find Orion. Now we need to make all the other constellations. All right, we better try out our constellations here. I'm gonna try out our friend Orion. Okay, so what I need is a dark space, okay? So find a room where there's not a lot of windows and you can make it really dark. And you need a flashlight, okay? Get a flashlight or a cell phone with a flashlight on it. Hello, I'm in my dark room, okay? So I've got my good friend Orion over here, okay? So now you're gonna take your flashlight, you're gonna shine it through the cup, and on your wall you will see the constellation. If you move it really close, you can see it really clearly. And if you move it farther away, it'll get bigger, okay? So let's see. Here's Orion's body here, and here's his bow and arrow. Pretty cool. Orion the Hunter. Awesome job making your bedroom planetarium. It is writing time, so grab your journal and please answer these questions. Number 1, which of these constellations is your favorite and why? Number 2, have you ever seen a constellation in the night sky? Thank you guys so much for trying this project out and checking out this video. I will talk to you soon.